Looming above you is an ominous grey citadel hewn out of the mountain top. The path leading to it is winding and precipitous. Wind swirls around its towers and ravers cluster and core in granite nooks. A crooked finger of lightning strikes a metal rod protruding from the topmost spire, and the sound of applause drifts over the citadel's battlements. The mountain path ends at a spiral staircase that climbs 60 feet to a balcony made of weathered grained stone. You saw the balloon, and you have climbed the stairs but are yet to approach the door.
Wait, it's going.
So you climb the circular staircase and you arrive at a large set of double doors. Now these massive armoured doors, they look not unlike the ones at Jabba's palace. They have a small hatch. As you arrive doors, I'm just going to lay you out on the map. There's a lot of things to lay out on the map.
Can you share the map for me?
I can. I'm just getting the map ready
Cheers.
for you. Just bear with me. Disable lighting for a start. So you arrive at this gigantic door from these stairs, which are just round the corner there to the left.
We could be sneaky, or we could just knock.
Knock. We couldn't see the show.
The surface of the door assumes the likeness of a skull-faced hag.
Hello there, my dear. We heard there's a good theatre show going on round here. Can you help us, please?
Do you have an invitation?
Well, we have many invitations, but not necessarily to here, though. How do we go about getting one?
If you haven't got an invitation, you can bugger off. And then the mouth snaps shut.
How rude.
I asked this, what is he again? A dandelion bloke. What he knows about these invitations?
I don't know anything, I'm afraid, good sir.
Yeah, why don't you tell her you're reviewing the play for a newspaper or something? Pretend to be like Gordon Ramsay.
The thing is, though, if we lie, and it's obviously a lie, it puts us in her debt.
Well, at this point, is it worth worrying about?
This is a very good point.
You have attempted to brutally murderize our sister until she died from it.
In our defense,
We'll
she
just
did
blow up one. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, knock on the door again.
The skull-faced hag face resumes. Hello, what do you want?
We've got an invite to see a show.
Show us your invite, then.
Alright, Dylan. Alright, where's Dylan? He's got an invite.
But I give it to Alan. Alan, do you not have it? We'll never get this review done in time if we don't have the invite. Come on, Alan. Where the hell's Alan gone? He was looking off that cliff.
Maybe it's not. Maybe these shows aren't as good as they say. I mean, I've seen some really good ones. I mean, especially at the Witchlight Carnival.
Oh, they were the best.
The hag's eyes are darting backwards and forwards as you talk, and it says, "Unless you got an invite, you're not allowed in. Unless you're on my list.
Oh,
and you are not on my list.
How do you know?
Because there's only one particular kind of people I'm allowed to let in without an invite, and you ain't it.
I'm royalty, I have you know, from the land of Cormier.
Come on, give us a clue. What type of people? You might be wrong.
No, bugger off. And then
I bet you 10 gold were on that list.
The face snaps shut again. You hear the roar of a crowd from the other side of the door.
A calf knock on the door.
And some... the roar of a crowd and some clapping and the sounds of appreciation coming from an audience. Right, you cast knock upon the door, and although it should open almost any magical door, this door reverberates like a resounding gong, and the castle wall next to it actually shakes as if it was water where a pebble had been dropped into it. The face pops up again. Bugger off! You're not allowed in here.
I wait until the face goes, right, we're going to have the look around, find somebody who's got an invitation and persuade them to hand it over. You got your bunker, haven't you?
Yep.
It is not on the list.
You don't even know who we are.
And now, I'm only allowed to open up for one kind of people, and use is not it.
What kind of people? Come on then.
But I'm not allowed to tell you that, am I? Because then any Tom, Dick or Harry could come in here.
I'm not any Tom, Dick or Harry, I have you know. This is outrageous.
I mean, we're all seasoned performers.
Oh, you performers.
Yeah, I'm Sherlock Holmes, famous bard and raconteur.
Well, why didn't you say so in the first place? Are you here for the auditions?
Yeah.
It's Count Arthur Strong.
Oh, bugger me. Well, all this magic casting and arguing, you should have said, and there's a line splits down the centre. The hag looks over the party and says, "The Moon Twin is not welcome here, but the rest of you may step forward and pass through the black curtain at the end of the entrance hall."
Okie dokie. I'll turn out to the Moon Twin and say, go there and just hide in the shadows, and I'll be back.
Right, so Gleam, cursing under her breath, goes to the corner here, which is where the spiral staircase is, where you came up. Amador says, "I've sworn to protect this good lady. I can't leave her."
Well, you may as well stay with her. We won't be long. We'll either walk out bravely or sprinting for our lives.
The visage of the hag splits down the middle as the double door swings open, revealing a decorated hallway in which discordant chamber music lays. You see that down the corridor, little bead curtains ahead of you. Go straight down and show yourself to the stage manager at the amphitheatre. He's expecting you.
Okie dokie. Thank you very much.
Gleam says, please find my sister as quickly as possible.
No worries, it'll be fine.
Amador says, "Milady, I shall keep you company, and while I am with you, none may waylay you." And the face disappears. And it's up to you guys now.
Right.
I walk in like I own the place.
Yep, I follow.
So you stride in and you see that they've got torch sconces scattered every so often along the walls. But instead of a flickering flame, it has a small glowing orange sphere like a crystal ball, about the size big enough to put in your hand. And you head off, leading Amador and Polinella and Gleam behind.
Walk up to this curtain and I'll very carefully have a peek through it.
Right, you peek through the curtain and you swish it aside, and ahead of you you see the corridor turns, and then it's at the top of some stairs which leads down. The sound of the audience gets much louder. I have got rid of all of the NPCs. Some stairs lead down, and you can see quite plainly it opens into a large area at the bottom, which is open to the air itself.
Does it look like there's other people to the sides of those stairs?
An open air amphitheatre is carved from the slope of the mountainside. Short, cloaked figures sit on tiered stone benches facing the stage. Enclosing the stage are 10-foot-high stone walls, above which you can see the stormy sky. A team of masked goblins is preparing the stage for a play, while costume actors huddle in the wings and recite lines. Lighting is provided by an intricate overhead contraption upon which several more masked goblins are perched. The sounds of chains clanking and gears turning can be heard, coming from somewhere under the mountainside.
We should go in.
Yeah, I'm going to stand at the top of the stairs and just casually look around to see if I can see a spot either to the left or to the right where we could all go and just sit and get a better skeg at the place.
That voice comes and says, "No, you need to speak to the stage manager. You are the performers, right?"
Yeah, which
definitely.
one is he?
So seated around the audience, it looks to be about 20 to 30 small figures wearing black cloaks and hoods. And now that you've come to the top of the stairs, you can see on the stage, there appears to be 3 actors huddling together on the stage, nervously rehearsing their lines, holding a dog-eared script between them.
This is going to be great.
You're still cowering at the top of the stairs, however, the brave heroes.
No, I'm gone down.
I shall stride down the stairs with confidence and vigour. Come on, confidence. Come on, vigour. Let's go.
So you stride down the stairs and see this magnificent amphitheatre. And there's a large wooden wall to the back of the amphitheatre to the east. And the stage is the large circular dais at the northeast corner there. You can hear people muttering in the back. People run around bringing props out and moving curtains. The 2 lighting rigs on that large contraption overhead, the one in brown lines, there's 2 crazy looking goblins on the top of there, swiveling around lighting as they discuss stage directions. It looks like each goblin is aiming something that has a dozen shuttered cylinders. Occasionally they'll giggle, kick a pedal, and one of the cylinders will pop up and different colours lights will shine out onto the stage floor.
I'll look around for someone who looks like a stage manager, whatever one of them is. If he's management, he'll be a self-important prat, if that's any help.
Probably, yeah. Well, there's nobody out in the amphitheatre that looks like a stage manager. There's just these three actors and the audience. The audience is sort of murmuring, and you can see them moving, but it's not like they're actually having a conversation, and you get a weird feeling that you're not sure if they're dummies or...
I'll walk over to the actors. Oi, mate, where's the stage manager?
Hello, you are... and as he starts to talk, he flubs his lines. The other two look terrified. And they're like, you can't mess the lines up. We only get 6 hours to rehearse. There's a female Sylvanesti elf, a male goblin, and a mountain dwarf. Mountain dwarf. You're speaking to the short dwarf, but it is the elf who was spoken, looking terrified. We haven't got long left. We've only got 2 hours to rehearse.
Well, what's going on, like?
We have to have a new play every day, and if she doesn't like it, then she takes it out, and it counts as breaking the rule of hospitality. And terrible things happen. If we don't impress Endlin, we're done for. I'm sorry. You need to speak to Stage Fright.
Not stage left.
No. He's behind the barrier there, on the cranes. Or he's shouting at somebody from the cranes. And she indicates the large wooden barrier to the east.
Right, head there.
So you head over to the east and you poke your head round. And you can see 2 magnificent crane contraptions. And apparently they are what the actors use to make things fly or to lower sets into place. And standing... pointing his cane at the 2 crane operators is a goblin in a jester's costume, and he has a full scepter, and he's pointing the full scepter at the crane operators and shouting, no, get it over there, for God's sake.
So does he look like a bit like Mr. Light then, but as a goblin?
A little bit, yeah. Although it's more of a traditional jester's costume with the belled hat and the curly-toed boots.
Mr. Penfield. We're performers, we is.
Wonderful. He comes over, he taps his clownish scepter on the floor. To impress the dame of unhappy endings, you will need to perform a tragedy, something gruesome, depressing and darkly humorous. I have just the play. He holds out his hand. A rolled up script suddenly appears in his hand. Normally we would have several hours to prepare, but alas, time is of the essence. And he flicks the script, and the script rolls, and it unrolls and unrolls, and it goes out the door and across the stage, thousands upon thousands upon thousands of lines. It takes at least 30 seconds for this thing to unroll.
Where's Act 2? We're doing it all. Can we not do it all in one?
Normally we'd have several hours to prepare, but alas, time is of the essence. Since you don't have time to memorise on the line, we'll just need to improvise. He takes the script, throws it way over his shoulder. Never fear, the show must go on. I'll feed you the lines if you get stuck. Please follow me.
Follow him. This is going to be great.
Right, he drags you all across the courtyard, and I have magically discovered how to move you all as a group. I is good like that. He takes you across the courtyard and leads you up these stairs here to a curtain at the top, and he leads you inside. So I'm going to have to make it a nice neat little square look that you don't bonk your noggins on things. And he says, any of you got prior experience of acting? Because it's... just saying, your life might literally depend upon it.
Oh, I do. I'm a bard.
Excellent. He leads you into a room choked with a variety of props and costumes. There is no order. Things lie scattered everywhere. Chests lie open. And he says, right, I've got some rules. Whatever you can find here, make a costume out. He points to Elvana and he says, lovely lady, for you we have a mean-spirited servant. My good friend here, pointing to Dobsey. A foolish minstrel. He points to you, Sherlock, and says, you are also a mean-spirited servant. You'll be on the cast list as mean-spirited servant number 2. My good Haragon, an honourable knight risen from the dead. And finally, the fairy, a failed magician.
I fucking hate magic, me.
Exactly, that's probably why you failed. I see you're getting into character already. Magnificent. He says, I'll give you 10 minutes or so, that should be fine. Please take anything you like. There doesn't seem to be any other exits from this room, but it's stuffed to the gills with chests and boxes.
I'm dressing everyone. I've got this. Don't worry.
Wait a minute. I've never served anybody. People have served me.
It's acting, darling. And then he twirls his fool's cane and flounces out of the room and heads down the stairs.
This is going to be interesting. It's like the sugar tongs all over again. Earl knows what I mean.
Yep.
Right, so you're in the prop room. You kind of seem to have been whisked, almost as if you didn't have time to protest or even, look about. He kind of hustled you about, and maybe it's the magic of the theatre that you've ended up in this prop room by your lonesomes.
Oh, this is brilliant. Best room ever. I start raking through the costumes.
Right, well, the prop room you're in is that one. So you have to choose from a 3-foot high plaster pedestal on which perches a small leering gargoyle, a gilded throne with a velvet seat cushion, and a small wooden cradle with a baby goblin doll in it. Everybody is looking confusedly about, other than Nutmeg, who seems to be having a whale of a time. Other than that, there's a variety of costumes, wigs, shoes, boots, cloaks, anything your little black hearts desire.
Have a look around, see if I can find something half decent that doesn't look as though it's flea-ridden or whatever.
Right, what is it you find? You tell me what you find, because there's literally hundreds and hundreds of costumes here, so what do you actually find?
I don't know, like a plain dress, I suppose, and an apron, and I don't know. I don't know about these things. I've never served anybody. I don't pay attention to the people who serve.
Exactly. So what does a princess think that a servant looks like? Have you got a glitter wig or a...
Yeah, something, that would be nice and appealing to look at and decent, you know what I mean? And a French maid's outfit, I'll put one of them on.
Right, so...
I'm fine. No, sorry, go on.
No, go ahead.
I'm going to make myself look like a wizard. In fact, I'll make myself look like that woman who was spinning the thing that I bit. Because she must have been a wizard, but she didn't have a pointy hat, and wizards should have a pointy hat. So I'm going to look like her. I'll find a dress, and I'll put a pointy hat on, so I can put my unicorn helmet under a pointy hat.
Right.
And slippers. I'm going to need big slippers. Wizards have big slippers. And sticks. They have a big stick.
What about clown feet?
Clown feet will do. They'll be perfect.
Okay. So you find...
Is there a skateboard?
There is. You tell me
I
what
need
you
one
find.
of those as well. I'll have a skateboard.
Okay.
Oh, have you got any roller skates? I'll put them on.
Yeah, there'll be roller skates.
Yeah, French maid's outfit, roller skates, sparkly wig, and I'll have one of those, what they call it, cloches with a dish. And I'll just skate in.
Right, so Elvana puts this costume together. Sheila, for your role.
I will go with a French maid uniform like Ivana, but with an extra short mini skirt, with shiny stockings and fake tattoos.
Right, so yeah, you see Sherlock rake through and pull all of this out of the crate Britwick as your role as an honourable knight risen from the dead. What kind of costume do you cobble together?
Some sort of wide-brimmed hat with a very large feather sticking out of it. And some sort of cloaky type thing that looks a bit like a shroud that's saying better days, what I am supposed to be dead on.
That's true.
And then Britwick catches sight of Elvana in her costume and does that thing that Thumper did in Bambi.
Ha, ha, ha.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, he's just noticed that the elven princess has got legs.
Yeah, where did she find those?
Well, exactly.
Yeah, I'll also find a feather tickling stick.
God, we're going to be
You're turning this into the Rocky Horror Show.
Pretty much.
No bad idea, that.
And then finally, Nutmeg.
Oh, God.
What costume do you cobble together?
I'm wearing a wizard's hat over my pointy helmet. I'm going to dress like an old woman because that's what wizards look like. I want some clown shoes and a skateboard.
Right.
You should have a long scarf.
And a wig and a long scarf made of feathers.
And we can refer to you as the Doctor Wizard.
No, that sounds weird. Trust me, I've got a plan. This will all be great. Dobsey, I'm going to do what you think.
Get your costumes ready and then head out onto the stage, perhaps? Is that right? Or do you want to look about some more or do what? Are you taking any of the props with you?
I'll put the baby underneath the cloche on the thing.
Right, so you grab the small baby goblin doll. When you grab it, you pick it up, you notice there's a key in its back.
Oh, okay. Is it fixed yet? Or is it...
No, it looks like it might turn.
Give it a turn. Just want to see where it is.
Right, you give it a turn. The eyes roll and the mouth hangs open and it starts going, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. And it continues to do this.
Oh, right. Right, stick it underneath the cloche.
Under the cloche, what?
Yeah, one of those dome the dishes that they bring in, the waiters normally bring in.
Right, yes. So you stick
cloche,
it. So all you can hear from muffled.
I'm on skateboard. I tend to sort of slide across the stage with this cloche in my hand, and we'll stick the goblin under that and be like dinner.
So you leave the cradle, and are you skating out onto the stage?
Oh yeah,
right,
I'm going to have a good skate around.
Elvana gets a costume and skates out into the stage. Anybody else messing with any of the other props that you found?
What's the props again?
There's a 3-foot-high plaster pedestal on which perches a small leering gargoyle and a gilded throne with a velvet cushion.
I will take the gilded throne with the velvet cushion.
Right, you lift the gilded throne up and it's like plaster with gold paint on. The velvet cushion slips and something metal falls out and clunks onto the ground next to you.
I'll have a look at it.
It's a small key.
Pick up the key.
You pick up the key. I'll put the small key in the party sheet for you. You pick it up. It doesn't feel magical. In fact, it feels just like a small metal key.
Can I use that one to detect secret doors? See if there's a secret door there.
Absolutely. So you wave your floppy wand about. There are no secret doors within 30 feet. But manhandling your gilded throne, are you heading out onto the stage now with this key in your pocket?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else before you head out to the stage? So you plump your throne down in the centre of the stage. Elvana is skating round like a Rocky Horror reject.
Yeah, sounds class.
What about the rest of you?
Well, I am going to use the skateboard under my dress so it looks like I'm just gliding places like a wizard.
Okay.
But I'm also not very good with directions, so I'm routinely just going to glide randomly.
As you would.
Yes.
Are you grabbing anything or are you heading out onto the stage?
I'm going to head out on the stage, but there's some stairs, so I'm going to glide down them badly on a skateboard. Yeah. I'm going to try to do it ollie.
So yeah, dunk. Do you want to give us an athletics check?
I do. I just need to find out where to keep my skills. I rolled with advantage for some reason. I don't know why. I didn't click advantage.
You're proficient with...
I'm proficient with athletics.
Right. Maybe it's the shoes.
It doesn't matter. Is it not because you're raging still? You're listed as raging.
I could be.
Yeah, you've got rage on. That's why.
Can't help myself.
So anyway, you whiz down the stairs with a thump and a bump. You land on the bottom. You wave your arms about. Manage to stay on the skateboard as you zoom off towards the stage.
Backwards.
So you head to the stage. Okay, so Nutmeg, Dobsey and Britwick. The only thing that is left is the small wooden cradle and the pedestal with the gargoyle on it.
I'll check them both, because I'm wondering if this gargoyle will come off the top of the pedestal and put it in the cradle.
Right. Okay. So you grab them both. The gargoyle seems to be made of plaster and is attached to the pedestal so it doesn't come off. So you run down onto the stage. Are you joining him, Dobsey?
Oh, yes, but you haven't actually asked me what I'm going to be dressed as.
Oh, sorry. I didn't, did I? Okay. What is your costume?
I find 2 white sequin suits, put them on with a massive jingly fucking belt, a black wig with massive mutton chops on, and a pair of ridiculously big sunglasses. I'm going to walk down the stairs going, yeah, baby.
So you're dressing,
dressing like Elvis.
Dressed as Elvis.
Yep.
All right, so Elvis Presley comes down the stairs, and takes his place on the stage. Right, can I get? Let's have a perception check from you guys.
What did you set yourself up to, Richie?
Oh, this is only the prelude, Tracy. Right. Elvana, strangely enough, you look up and straight across from you, but 40 feet high, in like a royal box type of thing, you see a small hunched figure, like surrounded by darkness, staring at the stage with a pair of opera glasses.
Oh. As I skate past one of these, I'll say, oh, look at the box to your right, up above, glasses, looking at stage.
I'll turn around and look in the opposite direction because I don't know how this skateboard works.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I'll whisper to all of them as I'm just sliding around the stage.
Now, this is where I can better keep a straight face. So, stage fright comes over to you, looks at your costumes, like with a look of shock on his face, his jaw hanging open, and then his face bursts into a broad grin, and he waves his staff enthusiastically. Darlings, you look magnificent! He says, right, okay, we haven't got time to learn the 80,000 words for the play, so what we're going to do is I need you guys to improvise a tragedy, because the lady of the house loves it when there's tragedy, perhaps with a bit of black comedy thrown in, but there are some very vital lines, so as you speak, I will be feeding you the lines that must be incorporated into the play. I'm sure you'll do wonderfully. The players look at each other silently.
I hate magic!
Are those three players playing with us as well?
No, they've got their own thing. Apparently, yeah, you've gathered it's some kind of terrible cycle that the mistress of the castle inflict upon the actors, where they have to learn a new play every week, so that there's a constant series of plays on. He says, now, do you need a bit of stage direction to get you going, or...
He might, and I'll look over to Nutmeg.
Right, you have your characters. If you're not happy, you can just improvise one.
So can you give us a few of the words to start with, you know?
Oh, no. It's very important that they only become into the play at the appropriate moments.
All right.
If you have your own ideas, then magnificent. If you do not, then how about you come upon the body of a murdered person in a house, or
I've got
somebody's
that in mind.
foretold to kill their father.
Don't worry, I've got an idea.
Excellent. Well, and he steps back off the stage.
I know how to open the play. Don't worry.
And rehearsals begin, and he taps his cane on the floor, points to you.
Right. Okay. I'll skate off stage. Right. To get ready. Then I'll skate on stage. Help! Somebody's cooked the baby, and bring the baby on the tray. Somebody's cooked the mistress's baby. Look. It shrunk. Look. And as I skate towards them, I'll lift the cloche lid off and show them the baby on the. It's shriveled up.
This is but a terrible tragedy, is it not? As I skate backwards in the wrong direction.
Somebody is at odds with the mistress, so I wonder who has committed the deadly crime.
Well, who is that? They can't tell the difference between medium rare and well done.
Right, so he points at Britwick. He goes, line, and points to you.
Awake, the time is upon us.
There's an uncomfortable silence.
I am awake. I have not slumbered since my failed experiments into magic.
And he points to Dobsey and says, line.
Oh no, this truly is the worst outcome. The child could have been born to be so much more.
I could have been born to be a beef patty.
It does need some mayonnaise.
He points to you, Earl, and says, line. Because this is... I'm generating these randomly, by the way, and this is awesome.
It is said in Verona they eat such things with chips.
The dame is
Baby,
having
you
a breakdown.
say? They eat a baby in Verona?
With chips
Wow.
and mayonnaise.
Line, Sherlock.
I feel like a giant. I stepped on my head. Blurp, blurp, blurp.
He says, okay, that doesn't make any sense. You've got no context, darling. Context!
I clasp my head. Oh, my head aches so.
I'll throw a bottle at him and miss because I'm now facing yet another wrong direction and going backwards.
He points
Till I
to
collide with the
Brickwick.
wall.
Yeah.
I'll start skating towards Nutmeg and pull him back onto the stage because I can see him. He's going to end up teetering off the direction he's going and trying to steer him back towards the centre of the stage.
'Tis my magic. 'Tis out of control. I ain't magic me.
He points to you, Brickwick.
We'll march across the stage to where Elvana is, pick the baby up by the leg, give it a shake, and go, am I to make a pie from these crumbs?
Right, okay, so big finale, darlings, and make it big.
I start doing a French can.
Yeah, I'll go in line. I'll link up with him.
Oh no, I'm going to do Kate Bring Me Sunshine going in the opposite direction on my own.
There's nothing
I'll
like
start
a
singing an
little
Elvis song.
baby.
Okay, and Brickwick, while the chorus line seems to have gone mad, do you know the bit in Time Bandits where they're all dancing on the stage and they're out of tune and stuff? This is exactly what I'm saying in my head. You're holding a baby by the toes. What do you do with it?
I'm shaking it so that the crumbs will drop off so I can make this pie out of it.
I'll whisper to you, wind it up. The key, the back.
I'll wind it up.
You wind it up. The goblin baby goes, oh, oh, oh.
'Tis a miracle, for it is alive.
I'll start singing in the ghetto by Elvis. It goes, as the snow flies on a cold and grey hither morn, a poor little baby child is born in the ghetto.
In the ghetto.
Right, and then after that, this goes off. The two can dancers in the back.
The chorus to them going on in the front.
Yeah, she's.
I bend over to show my frilly knickers, and at the last minute remind I don't have frilly knickers or any knickers at all.
Oh my god.
I'll play the drums on his cheeks. I'll sit over his back like, you know, when you play bongos, and I'll play bongos on your ass cheeks.
Well, as long as he doesn't try to pull the cymbals.
So, you do this. So, what is the big finale before the bow? This descends into shambles at the end.
Thank you very much.
So, the centaur Elvis steps forward, says, "Thank you very much." The party come in line, hold hands, take a bow, and there's just stunned silence. Literally, everybody in the theatre is just like staring, dumbfounded, open mouth at you, and then from the balcony that Tracy had seen earlier on, there's just a. And the crowd, looking up at the balcony, begins to join in until there's rapturous applause that breaks out across the amphitheatre.
I'll bow, but I'll keep sliding in different directions every time I bow.
Stage Fright steps forward and he's like, well, that must be some kind of performance. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
And you probably never will again.
I pulled my best Elvis pose, point up at the balcony and go, you're the cutest jailbird I ever did see. I should be delighted with your company.
Stage Fright says, well, I hope you're ready for the performance tonight, because that was incredible. I literally lost for words.
What, another performance?
Yeah, that was just rehearsals, darling. That's fantastic. Yeah, you can hang on to the props. I'm sure the lady of the castle will send for you if she needs you. Until then,
don't step on my blue plate boots.
If you head down there, and he points to the south, to that tunnel to the side of the bleachers. If you head along there and keep going, you'll come to the performers' quarters. Follow the wall to the left. Follow your nose, you can't miss it. Actor's joke, darling, actor's joke.
It's green.
Thank you very much.
I hate green.
Please don't lose any of the props for the performance tonight. That would be.
Is there a door up? It's the upper, not the upper circle, but the stalls.
There isn't one that you found so far. But
I'll have a look.
Sherlock is heading off to have a look down this corridor.
I go up to stage fright and go, is there anywhere to eat? I fancy a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I don't know what it is, but I just fancy one.
With bananas.
Yeah, he says that the performers' quarters is in there through the dressing room. You'll go through prop storage too. There's bedrooms, there's sandwiches, there's a little buffet out there with finger food, and I would stay away from the shrimp. It's been there a while. And he says, next play, please.
I love shrimp. I'm going for shrimp.
As actors begin to form up on the stage. Sherlock's headed down this tunnel, and you can see ahead of you, Sherlock, a small room in which there is a wooden platform embedded in the stone floor at the end of the corridor with an iron lever fixed to the wall, and then the corridor continues on underneath that corridor you came in initially from. It looks like to be some kind of mechanical lift operated by the iron lever.
Pull the lever, see what it does. I think I'll just step on the lift and see how far it goes. See what's at the bottom then.
So you head down.
Push me.
Yeah, I'm on there as well. I've skated on there.
Is
Can
everybody
you push
just
me?
jumping on the lift together?
Yeah, for pushes.
Yeah.
And then going down. Going down, down, down.
Da-da-dee-dee-dee-dee.
Oh my god. This game, lad. Right, you appear in a small room underneath the amphitheatre. If you zoom out and zoom in, you should be able to see yourselves. If you can't, let us know.
Yep.
There's a larger room which looks like a workshop to the northeast, and there's a narrow tunnel to the west. Britwick, as you step forward, the cavernous underbelly of the stage is noisy and hot. Goblins work forges, saw wood, and daub paint onto wooden backdrops. A woman in a tight-fitting dress barks orders at the workers while a goblin frenetically makes adjustments to her costumes using needles, pins and thread. A tiny creature changed to a hooded lantern on a tabletop is using a stick of charcoal to sketch something on a piece of parchment at unbelievable speed, and a wispy bulb of light flutters next to him.
Where's this thing sketching by the lantern? So I shall scroll over and have a look.
On a tabletop, the table in the centre of the room, more or less.
Ah, right. In that case, I shall wander nonchalantly across and look over its shoulder to see what it's drawing.
It seems to be trying to make like a stage front of a house. Must hurry up. We haven't got much time before the next performance. You can see that the goblins are overseen by a tall, handsome woman. Most of the people heading into the workshop main, there's a narrow tunnel to the west there. Anybody going that way?
I'll have a look.
As you head into the tunnels, 6 dingy cells strung with hammocks line both sides of the corridor. Loud snoring comes from one cell, and the noise of a rumbling stomach comes from another.
Can I see anybody in these cells?
You look in, and in one of the northern cells, there's a loud snoring goblin with an enormous nose and belly. He makes that kind of noise every breath. And in the southern cells, you see a small female goblin who's moaning and nibbling her toenails.
I think she's depressed or just nibbling her toenails.
As you walk along. I'm starving, she says. Crunch, crunch, crunch.
Have a carrot.
You're there, Sherlock.
Yeah, I'm still having a look, and I'll walk back to the others.
Right, leaving it to have a dinner of toenails.
No, he gives a carrot, doesn't he?
Britwick is over in the other room in the...
Well, I'll go for my backpack and toss her a ration. Hey, have something to eat on me.
Thank you, kind sir. I'm so hungry, so hungry.
Do they not feed you here?
They do, but there's never enough food, and those were anger creeping in and turned into wooden masks. Few of the guests have been treated the same way as the goblins here.
People have been turned into masks.
Aye, when people angry creeping Lynn, she turns them into wooden masks.
Oh, she's the mistress, Angry Lynn.
Yeah, Creeping Lynn. Well, we don't call her that to her face. Her name's Endolyn Moongrave, but her nickname's Creeping Lynn. There's nowhere safe. There used to be a belfry up in the turrets, but Creeping Lynn, she boarded it up, she did. I don't know why.
A belfry at the top of the turrets?
Yeah.
Which turret?
Up the top of the castle. You're on the amphitheatre level. It's you have to go through the library to get to the stairs to go further up.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, a library. I like books. Where's the library?
It's just off the amphitheatre. It's the big stairway straight towards the mountain. It is.
Oh, thank you. So I'll pass this on to the others.
Library it is then.
You come out, you head into the centre of the room. You see another room as an offshoot to the west, much smaller room, and you see this ginormous room. The Ravenhead woman.
I'm going to have a
Says,
look up those stairs.
Can I help you with something?
We're new here. We're just getting our bearings. Somebody suggested we want a good read at the library is the best place to go.
Well, does this look like a library?
No, but we kind of took the wrong turn. We're hoping that we could find some kindly person to point us in the right direction.
Okay, I can see you wearing costumes, so you must be from up there in the amphitheatre.
We're hoping to get some inspiration from the books, you see.
Very well. Not like I care. I'm just here to build the sets. Just please, if you have no business here, go and read your books somewhere else. Whatever.
Oh, yeah. Is that the way up to the library? I'll see it where.
How did you get down here? That leads up to the amphitheatre. Are you actors, are you sure you're supposed to be here?
I ain't magic, me.
Very well. Please go. I have sets to build.
I used to be a wizard, but I failed.
You did? Uh-huh.
I'll keep rolling. Mysterious.
Right, so you've got the stairs ahead or the room to the east. Are you going to the stairs ahead?
No, because I can't get upstairs. I'm no longer able to climb
We'll go to the
stairs.
east anyways, because if that goes up the amphitheatre, maybe there's another way round, so I'm hoping. We'll have a look at the one in the east, because he's on a skateboard as well.
You pop your head in to have a quick look, and crates of props are stacked in this chamber alongside wooden backdrops draped in cobwebs. An 8-foot diameter circular wood disc painted to look like a smiling moon leans against one wall. From a cluttered corner, a raspy voice says, "Psst, over here." Glancing in that direction, you see a wooden marionette carved and painted to look like a human skeleton. It appears to be tangled in its own strings. I think I've got myself in a wee fix.
I'll go over and help detangle him.
Thank you so much. I'm break a leg.
Oh, hello, break a leg.
It's DC. Let me see. The strings are terribly, terribly tangled. I'm going to need a sleight of hand from you. DC 14.
I'll give her a hand.
Look at that. Easy peasy pudding and pie.
Kissed the girls and made them cry.
It takes around a minute for Elvana to untangle this strange painted marionette, and you get it untangled as the others watch Elvana. The marionette immediately leaps to its feet and grabs out for your hand.
Go and offer me hand to help him up.
It grabs hold of one of your fingers and shakes it vigorously. Its jaw moves up and down as it talks, and its head spins 360 degrees. Whoa! And then the head rotates and looks at you. It's got like little googly eyes that slowly become... Thank you. I'm a lost toy. Endelyn threw me away.
That's not very nice of her. Why don't you come with us?
I like that.
Do you need these strings, or they're just an added feature?
No, I need them, and it kind of shoulders the little cross wooden piece over its shoulder as it sort of clatters. It does that marionette walk, but its feet is actually on the floor, and its little hands sort of roll backwards and forwards. I was the prototype, you see, but Creep and Lynn wanted me to do evil things, and I didn't want to do them.
What kind of things?
Like cut people with knives and pull their eyes out.
Oh, that's not very nice.
Put worms in their ears. I need to get out of this bloody place.
We're looking for the library. I wonder if you could help.
Yeah, I can take you to the library.
Thank you.
If you run against Creep and Lynn, let me tell you, the worst kept secret in all of Motherhorn is she's terrified of eclipses. But what people don't know about her is she wrote a secret about her sister Scabatha in a piece of invisible parchment that she keeps in the library. And those lightning rods, they power her arcane contraptions. If somebody destroyed them, she would be able to use them. I'll tell you anything you want if we can get rid of that bloody old hag.
Well, thank you. Any information you can tell us would be so helpful. We are here on a mission to restore Sibilna to her rightful reign.
Good for you, as long as you get rid of her Sibilna's sisters. So you now have a party member who's a creepy little doll, because, you know, you like collecting those. Shall we go?
Yes, which way?
Up the stairs as it walks its strange Super Mario Nation walk. Fans of Jerry Anderson will know what that is.
Yeah, head over to the stairs.
You head up the stairs and you arrive back in the amphitheatre at the top with creepy little break leg. There you go. These are the stairs at the top here that you came up.
All right. And which way now to the library?
This away. And you are led to the central staircase. Up there, he says. Just there. Who am I missing? Elvana. There she is. So heading up the staircase, presumably?
Yep.
You come forward into a great library with a curtain to the north and the south and a passageway leading off to the northwest. The magnificent hall is lined with stone bookshelves, housing a library of leather-bound tomes. 3 elderly bespectacled goblins climb ladders to fetch books for 3 slender cloaked figures who are reading while seated in those overstuffed armchairs.
Oh, I'll roll over and pull a book off the shelf and hold it upside down and read it out loud.
You begin to read a random book, and what is the book?
It's random. It's a recipe book. Oh no, it's a magical recipe book about making potions.
Yeah, so you begin to read that, and
What did the marionette say about an invisible parchment?
it's actually a book called The History of Theorolith Flamelover by Moribernal Starleaf. A well-bound book with an illustrated brass cover. The parchment pages of the book, however, itself are not bound. The writing is hard to read. That's good because you can't read it anyway, so you're just making it up as you go along. Declaring it is a book of magical alchemy potion making, you begin to read the book upside down now.
I do. But then I will put my head between my knees and read it the right way. I'm clever me. I am magic!
Yeah, Dave, you recall that Break a Leg had said that there was an invisible piece of parchment in one of the books.
Do you know which book?
He says, yeah, it's this one over here, and leads you off to the northern bookshelves.
Mm.
He points to it. The book is entitled Tales from the Gloaming Court. It's a hefty green-covered tome with a withered frog stitched to its spine.
Lift it off the shelf and carefully so that stuff doesn't fall out, and head out of... Are we out of sight of the people that's in the chairs?
You are at the moment, yes.
Right,
They didn't seem to pay you any heed, however.
Okay. Hold the book up vertically and sort of like flick through the pages so that if there was anything amongst the pages, it would fall to the floor.
It's invisible, though.
Right.
You just need to look at the book edge and see if there's 2 leaves that are slightly apart than the rest.
Yeah.
I'm going to check your passive perceptions because that's always fun. And as you examine the book, we've got stupid perceptions except Nutmeg, luckily. As you examine the book, Elfana Law, you think that there is something inside of it. It's certainly wider than a piece of parchment would be.
Okay. Go to the point within the book and have a look to see what this thing is.
It looks to be you turn the pages over and you just start to peel it off, but it looks to be a very, very fragile but very slender wax stoppered glass container of some kind. The thickness of a bookmark.
That's odd. Pick it up carefully and hold it to the light to see if I can see what's in it.
Right, I'm going to need a DC 10 dexterity check because this is the most fragile thing you have ever seen in your life.
Can I put guidance on myself?
No, you weren't expecting it to be fragile. This is a reaction.
Oh, dexterity. I'm shit at dexterity.
Right, you managed to pluck it out, and you can see inside is some very, very fine grey dust. But this thing is so fragile that you realised had you even bent it just a slight bit against the pages of the book, it would have shattered. But you hold it between thumb and forefinger, examining it.
This is very worrying. Some kind of dust, debris, or some like fine powder inside this container, but it's just so thin and fragile. I honestly don't know how they managed to get this in there. I mean, it's just so... It's like paper thin glass. Carefully lie it down inside the book, right? Because it's the best place probably to protect it. And then carefully wrap the book, and we'll take the book with her.
Okie dokie.
Can we not read this parchment thing?
It is invisible. Like Tracy's holding up an invisible piece of parchment. The glass vial thing was separate. Luckily, because of your dexterity, you managed to place it inside without breaking it. You hold between thumb and forefinger what looks like an invisible piece of paper. Cor blimey, says everybody. I've never seen an invisible piece of paper before.
We still haven't.
Oh, boom.
Has anybody got any powder or dust or something that would maybe sprinkle on this thing. I don't know how the hell you make these things visible.
You've got some in the vial.
But what the hell? Right. Lie the invisible piece of paper down. Carefully pick up the vial. Take out the stopper and sprinkle it on the sheet of paper.
Okay. You sprinkle the stuff, and the dust that comes out is like a grey powder. It rapidly blows and surrounds a 10-foot radius sphere. You all gasp as it's bone dry and it tastes a bit like iron. And you swear you hear a spiritual moan low in the background. Ooh. So I'm going to need a saving throw from you all. The piece of paper does not appear, but a DC 12 Constitution saving throw. You're all good at Constitution saving throws?
No, we're not.
Okay, I need to write some things down here. So, con save, nutmeg success. Sherlock failure. Dobsey success. Britwick success. Elvana success. So only poor Sherlock that failed. You cough and splutter as the dust seems to deliberately try and gag you.
Here, dear boy, get a drink of this. I'll give him a drink of water. Sorry about that.
Right, Sherlock?
Yeah?
Hello. She's getting you a drink of water.
I have a drink of water then.
I'm just adding an effect to your combat tracker. There you go. You get a drink of water, and your throat feels parched and scratchy, but you have a swig and feel a little better. But it has not appeared. So you have the curtain to the north, the curtain to the south. You can continue to look through the books. Or
I'll keep looking through the
corridor to the northwest.
Check this corridor.
Okay. Sherlock, you poke your head in the corridor. You see it ends in a door. However, to the left there's a small alcove which has a spiral staircase leading up in it.
That sounds like a toilet type thing. Come on, lads, let's go.
Anyone?
I'm still reading books.
What's on the paper, anyways? Did anything happen?
Nothing happened to the paper. You can see where the dust landed on it, where the outline is, so you can pick it back up, but it still is actually invisible. So, are you just leaving out the rest of the book? So, you guys want to do anything?
Well, I want to go up these spiral staircase.
The door ahead of you, Dave, is emblazoned. You know the dual masks, the entertainer, the smiling and the sad one. It's got the smiling face of a mask on the door as you poke your head into the spiral staircase.
I think I'll head to that door.
Right, so you head to the door.
I'll try and open it.
Right, the door pushes open, and the walls of the room are adorned with wooden masks, most of which look like shocked goblin faces. Dozens of masks hang neatly from the hooks on the walls, and several more are stored haphazardly on the shelves of an old bookcase. 2 padlocked cages stand in a far corner. One is occupied by a panic-stricken goblin, and the other is empty. In the middle of the room, 2 copper poles 10 feet apart descend from the 8-foot ceiling. Each pole has a 1-foot diameter copper sphere at the end of it, 3 feet off the floor. Between the poles, a struggling goblin is shackled to a thin, tall chair, so the sphere is at level with the goblin's head. A tall, thin, cloaked figure stands behind in the shadows. A rictus grin forms beneath the cowl as the figure pulls a lever that juts from the wall. An instant later, golden lightning leaps between the spheres, catching the shackled goblin in its path. Before he can react, the goblin transforms into a wooden mask that falls to the floor. "A binky!" shrieks the caged goblin. "Binky!"
I slowly close the door.
Okay, you comically slowly close the door.
Then I go and tell Lise lot what I saw. Tell her it's the room where bad goblins get turned into masks. Are we going up the stairs? Hello?
Yes,
still
I'm
in the
following
library.
you.
I'm reading.
Yeah, it hasn't been long. There are hundreds and hundreds of books. You pick a couple up, Earl, and there seem to be handwritten accounts of every terrible future that Endelin has glimpsed. She refers to something called the Orrery of Tragedies. They appear to be as rhymes in the Elvish script.
Oh, I will look myself up in them because I'm vain.
Right, well, it seems to be a multiversal foretelling of different timelines or universes. So you begin to do that. It would take you a very long time to find anything specific, however.
Ah, yes, but you're using logic. I'm going to just randomly keep opening pages till I see my name because I can only read my name.
And what about the rest of you?
May as well pick them up and carry them up the stairs.
Pushes.
Can't push it up steps unless it's a ramp.
I'll sort of ollie a bit so he can push us up.
Yeah, I would like to point out you're all still in your costumes. Elvis
I'm never
Centaur,
taking it off.
Elvana dressed as a French maid in a tinsel wig and roller skates.
You say this like none of us realised this, and we all hadn't just totally jumped on the fact that this was how we are from now on.
Yeah, Dobsey is now Elvis from now on, in a sparkly white suit. Shocking. So Sherlock wants to go upstairs for going any further exploration on this level. What say you all? Because everybody else has gone quiet.
Yeah, I'll
follow.
I'll follow as well. I'm going to go and have a look.
Very well. So you head up the stairs. You appear in a very short corridor that has a massive room to the east, which has rotating bronze or some kind of golden metal, which lightning shoots up and down, and a double door to the west. As you appear in this little corridor, again, I'm having to drag you about in the corridor. You've got Brater leg. Right, so you can see a double door to the west, and it has a featureless stone door. Two rusty suits of armour sized for goblins and equipped with halberds flank a large stone door bereft of handles, hinges or decorations. And to the right, to the left as you're coming off the stairs, a massive cylindrical chamber housing a whirring contraption bolted to a revolving metal disc that serves as its base. Metal's phase and sickles are attached to the ends of long arms that sweep back and forth, clicking loudly and rhythmically like the hands of a giant metronome. It's inlaid with characters from strange alphabets, and smoky wisps in the shape of those letters rise from the contraption as it revolves.
Right, what we're going to do, boys?
Does it look like we could squeeze around the outside without being hit by any of these?
Yeah, it's moving quite slowly, but lightning does jump between them.
Can I fly over it?
Can, yeah.
I'll do that then. Well, I'll close my eyes and I'll carry my skateboard under my arm.
Right, so as you approach the room, you get to see that there are several corridors and doors leading off at different angles. The central axis of the room is an 80-foot tall rod that appears to be made of the same stuff as the lightning rod you saw outside, and lightning arcs up and down it and along the strange mechanical device.
You know,
It seems to be dozens and dozens of independent objects linked together on these poles that swivel backwards and forwards around the room, clicking like one of those old-fashioned models of the solar system, but on a gigantic scale.
Can I look at it for a bit to see if there's a bit that drives it?
Well, it appears that lightning that keeps hitting the castle, it shoots down the central column and then sparks out through the arms.
Ooh, but
Like I said, it looks like you could move around the room, but there are large lightning bolts, arms, leaping backwards and forwards through the air between them.
what?
Is this like is the centre bit like a plinth, Rich, or?
Yeah, it's like a wooden plinth that's slowly turning. Right, as you move through the room, I need a DC 15 Dexterity saving throw from you.
I get a bonus, I believe, because I have got danger sense.
You can
Gives me advantage.
roll a Dexterity saving throw, please. DC 15.
Are you pushing it or
Yeah, I can do that. 1 sec.
please?
15.
I will flutter like a butterfly.
It's a success, right. There's a large spark of lightning shoots off and strikes the wall next to your head, but you manage to flutter past and into the corridor beyond. You see a long corridor sloping off to the southwest, and then it ends in a closed door.
Oh, I'll walk up the door and I'll open it.
You open the door, and inside is a sparsely furnished guest room attached to a stone balcony. The door connecting them swings back and forwards in the wind.
I'll go into the room.
An enormous flying balloon made from bulging rain clouds is tethered to the battlement outside.
Ooh, that could be handy. Right, I'll turn round. Whose balloon was that again?
The rest of you see this lightning narrowly miss Nutmeg's head, and then he disappears around the corner and is lost from sight.
How much, if I walk up onto the wall, Rich, how much space is there between where the spinny things are and the roof? Could I walk up the wall safely to get out of the range of the arty sparky shit?
You can walk up the wall safely, but it doesn't seem to be the slowly rotating mechanism. It's the actual lightning that's shooting off. It seems to be the danger, which is shooting randomly about the room. You know, like in the best black and white Hammer House horror where the lightning's shooting around the metal mechanism. So it doesn't appear there's a totally safe way. Earl, before you go into the room, you see those people from thither sitting in the guest room.
Oh, hello, lads.
What are you doing here?
I'm a wizard now, but I hate magic, so I'm a failed wizard.
I can see that. Why are you in the castle? The last time I saw you, you were in thither. We left in somewhat of a hurry after you bought that fake unicorn horn off us.
Yeah, definitely. I got a bit lost. Did you take the left or the right?
The left or the right? What?
Well, the left or the right way.
Oh no, Storm Chaser can travel from here to thither.
All right. Nice to speak to you again. What are you doing here anyway?
What are you doing here? We work here.
Oh, very well.
We deliver messages between Enderlin and her sisters.
Are they eating anything?
They are not.
Oh, it's an interesting job, that. What's the pay like? Good.
I don't have my immortal soul scrumpled up like a piece of parchment and thrown into a fire.
Well, I suppose.
To your trained detective senses, she looks like she's getting a bit suspicious of you.
I am an actor, a thespian, no less.
I can see that from Thesbia.
No, I'm from the Ga. Now, I am an actor, and I have been putting on a stage performance here, but I am a bit lost because I was looking for the dunny. Mate, can I go and use your balcony?
No, you can't. I want you to keep away from Storm Chaser.
All right, okay, I'll see you later. I'll close the door and I'll have a pee in that corner outside, and I'll make sure they hear me having a pee. No, then proper like, no, there it is again.
So again, the rest of the party, there's been no sign of Nutmeg. There's just these double doors with the two statues you can see either side, or this magnificently large steampunky lightning machine thing.
Oh, gosh, right. I am going to... Can I walk in this corridor where I am, walk up the wall as far as I can, so I'm partly on the ceiling?
Yeah.
And then I want to... When there's a gap, I want to nip out on the wall to the south, but I want to go as high up as I can. So I'm out of the range of the lightning going, fucking arty sparky.
Yeah, you're not out of range of the lightning at any point in this chamber.
Ah, right. Okay, then.
It's like a plasma ball, because it's like a dome chamber with this mechanism in the middle, and the lightning is sparking off in all directions like a plasma ball.
All right, then can I watch the rotation? And I want to try and get it so there's the biggest gap possible between me and the tunnel to the south. And then I'm just going to dash down.
Okay.
Because obviously I don't know.
Yeah, you're not going to get hit by the thing, but you still have to make a dexterity saving throw to avoid the lightning. Ride the lightning, baby.
Fine.
A 15, you succeed. Again, you are narrowly missed as you dash around the room into the southern corridor. You see Nutmeg pissing in the corner.
Okay, I will stand on the ceiling looking slightly confused, but I will not move for the minute.
Alvana and Sherlock and Britwick, you're standing in the corridor by yourself, well, with Break a Leg.
I'm trying to think of a way to interrupt that thing.
I'll ask Breakerhead, those two shoots of armour, do you think they'll come alive?
I don't know, I've not been up on this level. I mean, anything's possible in here, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
He looks expectantly at you. Well, go and put one, see what happens.
I think I'll wait for the rest of them to get back first.
Okay, you contemplate the small suits of armour. Goblin-sized, remember? Britwick, Elvana, do you want to do anything?
I'm just trying to think of something. So it's being powered by lightning, do I think?
Yes, you do recall somebody had spoken to you about the lightning rods scattered throughout the kingdom that were collecting lightning and shooting it to the palace from all directions. Judging by the lightning that runs up and down the central pillar and gets stronger every so often, it looks like this is where they hit.
I don't really know how to... Because they're rotating, aren't they?
Yeah.
There's a lot of electricity going on in there.
Well, there's only two ways to go, which is do something with the doors at the other end, back down the stairs, or through this room. You can see there are doors on the opposite side of the room.
How strong are the doors?
They just look like normal doors. The two doors to the west are stone, though, featureless stone doors, whereas the rest just look like normal doors.
The stairs we came up, do they still head up?
I don't think so. Let me check. Yes, they do.
Oh, you should keep on going up, right up to the top then.
Okay, that's what you want to do.
Can I send a message to Nutmeg telling these spiral staircase is still going up? We need to head to the tower.
Do I get a message in my head?
You do.
I'll scream back, get out of my head, I hate magic.
But it's not magic. It's telepathy.
I'll scream, I hate magic, and Teletubbies.
All right, I lied. It's actually cream rice pudding.
Oh, I like rice pudding. Right, head back along.
Okay, head back along, back through the room. You as well, Dobsey?
I'm going to go through, I'm going to take flight and fly over there.
Excellent. Nice work. Excellente. Yeah. You arrive at a normal looking door.
I'll open the door.
You open the door, and on the other side of the said door is a window and 2 seats. And as you head in, a stone balcony is fringed with thick drapes of musty velvet trimmed with black lace, and the black marble railings are decorated with leering alabaster masks. A large square mirror set in the wall behind each balcony is flanked by wooden panels painted with thunderclouds and lightning bolts. An upholstered bench on each balcony faces a grand view of the stage and the stormy sky.
Is that the same box that the was looking out of?
It is indeed.
Right. Nutmeg, I want you to hide a blown-up balloon beneath the cushion.
I will do that. Where do I get one of them?
D-Man, I'm going to need a saving throw from you. It's a success. You successfully negotiate the room. You see Dobsey and Nutmeg on the other side of the room heading into another corridor. Dobsey, from where you are, you can see there's another corridor that you couldn't see from either of the places you've been before, opposite you.
I will point this out to Nutmeg. Use your hand signals.
Yeah, so you look down through the window. It's kind of like a glass sliding door. So you can slide it to one side and step out, and you can see there are stairs leading down, but you're literally looking down over the stage now. And it is where that Elvana had indicated that somebody was watching you with a pair of opera glasses from.
Is there anything in that little alcove?
Little alcove, that's the stairs leading down.
That's the stairs leading down, right. Sorry, all I could see was the front bit of the arrow. It just looks a bit weird.
Yeah. As you do that, Breakleg is staggered backwards and knocked up himself against one of the suits of armour. Oops, he says, with a loud clatter, the armour collapses to the floor and breaks apart. And as the helmet bounces off, you see like a skull come bouncing out as it bounces down the corridor, lands at your feet, Elvana. The door has a large mouth appears in it, a visage of the hag's face again, except this time when it talks, you can see in the hole of its mouth through the other side of the door, and there's a room on the other side. And it says, back, I command you, you shall not pass. And as it's talking there, you can see through the hole of its mouth, there's a room on the other side. And all you can see is a room with one of the light globes opposite, no other features inside.
Is there a gap underneath the door?
There's not a gap underneath the door, no, but there's a hole in the mouth that you can actually see through.
Would it be big enough for a spider to fit through? Like small? Aye.
Yeah, it would be.
Okay, right. I think this calls for some of my special intervention here, guys. I'll turn into a spider.
Okay. Are you running forward and then leaping manimal size, like in the air, and changing into a spider as you go?
Well, no, because then I'll fall to the floor and probably break all my legs.
No, spiders like put web out behind them.
All right, okay then. Yeah, go on then. And climb up the door.
Okay, change it to that spider. Are you climbing through the hole in its mouth?
Yeah.
Right, so you appear on the other side. The dog goes, I just swallowed a bug. I hate that. Don't you hate it when they swallow a bug?
And crawl through and see what's on the other side.
Right. And on the other side, you see 4 cells sealed by stone doors branching off from the walls of the room. On the outside of each cell is a stone lever.
Have a look at the cells.
You have to crawl up the door because they're like a solid door, but they've got the little bars, little window bars. 3 of the cells are empty. However, the 4th contains an elf, her face partially hidden under a sun mask. She's curled up on a divan reading a book while sipping wine from a thin crystal goblet. Other items in the cell include a crystal decanter of wine and a bowl of figs on a small table, a gold-embroidered wall tapestry depicting a wooden elven realm, and a porcelain chamber pot decorated with gold filigree.
Change back into myself.
Right, the door mouth snaps shut, and on the other side, the hag's face fades from.
Oh, right. Sorry, I didn't. All right. Okay. It's the face of the hag on the door.
Yes.
Right. Okay. I thought
Right, that
it
was on the main door. You're okay in there, so you change back into yourself. You can just cancel that.
Oh man. Yeah, is that right? No. Yeah.
It is, yeah. Just it takes a few seconds to calculate.
Right.
And she is in the bottom cell here.
Right. I'll say hello. Who are you?
She jerks upright and sorry, what? Are you here working for Lynn?
No.
Perhaps to torture me some more?
No, I'm not here to torture you. But why are you here? What was your crime or punishment? Why were you being punished?
I'm here so that Lynn won't hurt my twin sister.
I think we'll have to amend that. I think we're best get you out of here. But can you wait one moment? Have a look in the other cells.
I can't. Yeah. You look in the other cells. The other cells out, and she says, "I can't leave. I can't risk." Lynn said that if I left, she would hurt my sister, and I haven't seen her.
Wait, so you don't know where your sister is?
No. You do know that she looks exactly the same as the other elf lady you left outside. Exactly. She just has a different mask on.
Oh, right. Your sister looks identical to you, does she not?
Yes, we're twins.
Yeah, I know, but sometimes twins don't necessarily mean that you look alike. Right. I know where your sister is. I've seen her. So let's get the both Perry out of here.
Right.
So, pull a lever.
You pull the lever, the door swings open, and Glister steps out. She kicks me up for all of the. I've got this skinny on her. You see, I know all of the bad stuff about her.
You'll have to tell us.
What's the plan?
Well, me and my friends are here to restore some peace to this land and reinstate Sibylla. People have suffered far too much. So, if you and your sister can help us in any way with any knowledge you may have, that we may help overthrow these evil hags.
Yes, I can help you. I overheard some of the goblins talking about a belfry in one of the turrets. Apparently, Endelin boarded it up to prevent the others from ringing the bell. Apparently, it's the safest, fastest way to reach the Palace of Heart's Desire.
Oh, I see.
I know she lost a key and she's very upset about it. And if my sister and I can reach the Fair Beacons, we can use them to return to the Witchlight Carnival.
Yeah, that's where me and my friends got dragged into this realm from the Witchlight Carnival ourselves. We aim to return there at some point. But now, there's unfinished business in this land. The people have suffered far too much. Right. Anyways, time's a ticking. Let's get her moving. Right. The door. You
step forward to the door. There's no lever next to the main door. She says, well, I guess we haven't getting very far.
You've got no faith, have you? Right. I'll whisper to the other side of the door and say, guys, I've rescued a friend here. We may need some help getting this door open.
Did someone say they needed a door?
No, because you're on the other side of the fucking chamber. It was Britwick and Shelock and Bretalake who's sort of wringing his little mannequin hands and kicking his foot backwards and forwards. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to knock it over.
What's the door made of?
Stone. So Britwick and Shelock, you have heard this coming from the other side of the door. Meanwhile, we'll cut back to Dobsey and Nutmeg. What are you guys going to do? You can see opposite, further along to the north, is a identical but inverted theatre box.
I'm going to go up them stairs.
So down the stairs, you go across the landing and then up into the other theatre box.
Yep. I'll whistle innocently as I do, because obviously that makes me awesome.
And slide the sliding glass door open so that you can get into the room.
Yes.
It is the opposite of the one you were just in. Shelock, Britwick, what are you going to do? You hear Ilvana from the other side of the door. The hag's face has disappeared and it's all quiet.
I'll send another message. We need help rescuing this elf.
Right, we'll head over in a minute. Hold your horses. Right, I'll head back down through this room, through the double door thing. They got a sliding door. I can't open it.
You've closed it. No, it's open. Right.
I'm just my character's just jumping about when I try to move him. There you go. I'll open that door and head over to where they are, which means I'm going to get struck by lightning again.
It is, yes. So
is this door magical, by the way?
It seems to be very magical, yes.
Fucking ain't magic, eh?
Right,
Can
so
I
you
cast
cross
dispel magic on
the
it?
room and it's going to take Nutmeg how long to cross the room?
Well, I've had dash. No, might be 2 rounds.
2 rounds, so I'm going to need 2 saving throws as you dash across the room, desperately trying to duck out of the wheel of lightning. So there's the first one.
Do I get a bonus for humming Flight of the Bumblebee as I do it?
You succeed, and the second one, you succeed again. Crossing the room, you swiftly there. Dobsey, so you are on the other side of the room, and your little friend has run across the room. You can do it in 1 turn if you dash, because you've got stupid centaur movement.
I can't get out the door.
I know, apparently there's a problem with the door. There you go. So as you run across the room, lightning arcs out, and you succeed as you run around the strange mechanism to reach the corridor on the other side of the room. You stand and you say that one of the suits of armor has been knocked over, and there's no sign of Elvana.
Right, we'll say to the guys on the other side of the door, guys, I'm going to cast a spell magic on this door because it's obviously magically locked. It might make your efforts easier to get it open from that side if I can't. There's no opening mechanisms on this side, so you might be able to push it once I've cast this and attempt to cast a spell magic on the door.
Right, you cast spell magic on the door, and again there's that like pebble falling in a ripple thing, as if there's extremely powerful magic on the door that easily shrugs off your dispel magic.
Wow, I don't even get a roll.
Nah. It's like literally a grasshopper trying to hold up a falling skyscraper.
No, but there's always a chance, isn't there?
Not in this case. The walls of this keep seem to be strongly magically bolstered, perhaps by the hag that owns it.
In other words, if we defeat the hag, we can rescue the elf.
Well, now Elvana Law is on the other side of the door with the elf.
I can get back out, but I don't want to leave this young lass
You
here.
can't, there's no exit from this side. The hole has snapped shut, Elvana.
I tell you what, turn into a spider and get ready, and I'll knock on the door and see if the mouth will open again.
Yeah, but what about her?
Leave it for now.
When Sherlock raps upon the door again, that hag's face appears and the small mouth opens. And it says, "You shall not pass back, I command you."
Open, I say.
It doesn't reply. It doesn't seem to be able to respond like the other one. It just seems to play a programmed message.
I'll have a look around. Is there some sort of key place in the door, like in the mouth when it opens?
No, but you can see a small circle at the back of its throat, and you can see Elvana and Gleam on the other side. Glister, sorry, on the other side.
Oh, right, okay. Look around for something that will keep its mouth open.
There's 2 halberds, one lying on the floor and one next to a goblin skeleton.
That'll do nicely. Knock on the door again, someone.
I'll knock on the door.
I'll jam the halberds in its gob.
Right, so you take the halberds and ram them in, and it says, "Hey, hang on," and you force the opening a little wider. You've got the halberds jammed in a sort of cross shape.
Yeah, I'll do like one the top lip and one the bottom lip,
Yeah.
and then I'll grab hold of the mouth and open it dead wide, like so. I'm like a bow and an arrow in a bow.
Yeah, so...
Did someone say to open the door?
Yeah, there's just enough space, Elvana, for you and Glister to sneak through.
Hey, how did you get in here?
Right,
You were
creep
supposed
through.
to wait outside.
Get through.
I'll say to Glister, because I don't know that's Glister, I'll say, you were meant to stay outside with the dandelion fella.
No, I've been in here for some time.
Hey, you've got a double.
That's my twin. Have you seen my twin?
Oh, yeah, very nice girl.
Great. If we could get her, and then we could head off to the Fair Beacons, and we could get out of this place forever. I just want to get back to the Witchlight Carnival.
Well, would it not be easier if we first scare the living crap out of them because of that thing that they did?
We need to get to the bell tower because that's the quickest way to the Palace of Heart's content, isn't it?
The Palace of Heart's Desire.
Heart's Desire.
Well, if you need to deal with Enderlins, the only way to destroy it for good is during an eclipse. But since we just don't have one lying about, we could create one.
Yeah, why not? Good plan.
There's a moon prop in storage. If I were to stand behind it while wearing my sun mask, the moon would eclipse the sun. Were this
We'll
to
do
happen
that.
in Enderlin's presence, she would know her doom is at hand.
Right, that's the plan. We'll go down, we'll do the play, you do the moon thing, and we'll blast her head off.
Right, so our little party grows a little larger. So you've got the chamber ahead, got that one door you didn't visit. You've got the stairs that lead up and lead down.
Well, we should head back to the play.
I suppose we could rest until the place so you can get any spells and that back.
Not a bad plan.
When Glista comes out, she sees the device and says, "That is the orrery of tragedies. Lynn will know what you're doing while that thing spins. She'll be on the gallery above writing down her evil tragedies."
I could stop it. Pass that halberd. Is there any way I can jam a halberd into it?
No, the entire large device looks like you would have to bonk it.
Or cast
Okay, then.
metal.
Fireball.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. I believe my calling has come. If you'd all like to take a small step back.
The thing is, we can't cast any new spells to have had a rest because we're not prepared.
If you just step to the left and right, give man a bit of space. I would like to rage.
You would like to rage, right? Okay, so you're so freaking angry. So freaking angry.
I'm going to cast guidance on you just in case you've got to dodge anything.
Very well.
In a minute, I'll just get guidance on him.
So what exactly are you attacking?
I'm going to attack the bonk. I'm going to bonk the thing.
You need to bonk the centre thing.
Right?
Oh, there's a big, there's a little cog thing there, isn't there?
I'll smash it. I'm just going to smash it to bits, bit by bit, even if I have to start work on one end and work my way through to the middle.
Just fireball the bastard.
Oh, and I'll tell you what
can't until he's
else.
rested.
As well as guidance, can I cast resistance to lightning on him?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
So you need to basically attack some bits. Which bits are you going to attack?
The middle.
Right, so you run into the middle, and there is the centre shaft.
I would like to rage.
You rage. Nutmeg begins to rage. What resistance was that you cast, Elvana Law?
Resist lightning.
Cantrip. What's it do?
Right.
Oh, right, yeah, it's the
You
same.
touch one willing creature once before the spell, blah, blah, blah. Can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to one saving throw of its choice.
Yeah.
And then he's also got guidance on him as well.
Right, so you cast resistance on him. You run out into the centre, Earl, so I need a saving throw again.
Can you do me rage as well? I want to know what happens.
Yeah. You get a 10, so you may take just a smidge worth of damage here.
It's a good job I gave you the, the stuff on you.
I don't think...
Unless you use one of your inspirations.
Are you ready for this, Earl?
Yeah, do it.
No, you got the plus for D4 on the save. Okay. You take 57 points of damage.
Wow.
And you are heavily injured. The resistance that Tracy used is not resistance, where you take half damage. It just adds a d4 to your save, and that is used up as you run over. Let's have a look on your mild magic surge.
Hiya!
You're surrounded by faint ethereal music for the next minute.
Brilliant! Smash
What's
it,
ethereal
Eddie!
music? So you run over and...
Bat out of hell.
Right, like a bat out of hell. You'll be gone when the morning comes. There you go. Target the component and start bonking. Right,
Maybe the rest of us can cast spells at that component.
Nutmeg full on lights up and crits the central shaft.
You started this, you bastard!
And it buckles under his blow. Do you want to roll your second attack? It hits with the second attack. The central shaft buckles. The whole thing tilts on one end, but it continues to circle and shoot lightning. But that component is destroyed. It looks like you might have to rampage around several of the components.
I will begin my rampage.
Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm getting that back to 0 wounds. And which bit are you attacking now? You've got the extendy bits on the arms, you've got the cog. So you begin to attack the cog beneath it. Right, so you've seen what Nutmeg done as he ran in. I guess I'll quickly roll initiative. Does anybody else want to do anything? You literally see him like blacken as the lightning comes down. Hits him for horrendous amounts of damage.
Right, I'm going to cast Healing Spirit.
Yeah.
And send it in.
Earl, you're up first, so you need to make another save. You're taking the full brunt of the lightning. You get to attack the second component. It succeeds as you dodge out the way of the lightning.
I'm going to smash it in.
And more, it's true that wisdom is your low staff. For a wiser man might have thought this is incredibly dangerous.
If you're a machine thing, I'll input it.
Okay. The second component.
This is an hard one, this one.
Indeed.
I'm going to smash your head in.
Next up, we have Saint Alon, who says, does he know what he's doing?
Well, if you've got a better idea to break it, let us know.
Yes, set fire to the wood bit.
Britwick, do you want to do anything? As Nutmeg is smoking, like, from this lightning strike.
You learn never to question Nutmeg. He does his own thing.
He does. Britwick, are you there? I think maybe AFK. Okay, right, well, Elvana, do you want to roll another hail on him?
Yeah. Oh, has it not gone targeted again? What? Yeah?
Yeah, that's hail. Hail 4 to Nutmeg.
All right. I don't...
Sherlock.
All right, I will cast Healing Word upper level.
Okay.
So, right, how do I up it? Do I just click and then click, hold, and right click?
Yeah, so on the healing part of the spell, you click and hold, and then the dice will appear under your mouse, and then you right-click once to upcast it a level. And you'll see an extra dice appears in your hand.
Right.
And then chuck it on Nutmeg. 10 more points of healing. He looks slightly less frazzled. Dobsey, are you doing anything?
How big is Nutmeg compared to me?
He's only medium at the moment, so he's like... are you medium or small by default, Earl?
Small.
So he's small, about the size of a halfling.
I want to dash in, grab him, run in, grab him, and then drag him back out of the area of effect.
Okay, so you run in. You will need to make your dexterity saving throw. Oh dear.
Ow.
Oh dear. I think you have abilities to mitigate damage.
Yeah.
Is it evasion or something? Uncanny dodge, is it? Again? Is that? No, that's just hit you. I think it's evasion or something. No, you haven't got that yet.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Right, a lightning arc shoots down and strikes you in the most terrible of manner. Perhaps you should have used some of all of the sweet advantage that you had. 37 damage as a lightning strikes you, but you do run to Nutmeg. Are you going to grab him and run?
Grab him
out?
by the scruff of the neck and drag him out.
Okay.
I'm flying, so I can't really resist.
Yeah, so he grabs you, and you're like, come back, you metal bastard! I'll bite your fucking head off.
Where's he running away to?
He's running away, and you drag him away from the component.
And I keep hold of him.
Right, a round or so later, you calm down, spitting and still trying to headbutt the device from a distance.
Oh, it's all right. It's all right. I'm all right now. I'll exhaust for a round.
Yeah, so you exhaust for a round. Both you and Dobsey are like blackened, like a cartoon character. Sort of your hair's all burnt and like smoking. You can just smell burnt horsehair where Dobsey took a full blast of a lightning bolt.
I like me rolling off his tail.
And so he's now holding you, like pulling you back as you were like flying forward, going, "Come out here, you bastard! I'm gonna headbutt you. I'm gonna hit you so hard that your grandkids will feel it." You managed to calm
It's
down.
all right, Dobsey. I've calmed right down, mate. You can let me go now.
The ethereal music ceases. Sail away, sail away, sail away.
Right, I'll let him go.
Rich,
Yes,
tell us when I've calmed down.
you calm
And I'm
down.
not exhausted. I'm not exhausted
You
anymore.
calm down and you're not exhausted.
I would like to read.
No, wait a minute. Can I heal him up?
Can I cast Fireball on this, what do you call it, then?
You can.
We haven't had a rest though to memorise new spells. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, do you want some magic, dear? I'll just shoot loads of magic into her.
What?
I'll just pour magic into her. Roll D3.
What?
Well, I'm full of it in there, so you can have some.
Full of
I'll
magic, he just shoots you full of magic.
Yeah, I'll just fill you with my magic gunk.
You estimate you would have to destroy quite a few components to cease this thing working fully. I warn you of this because you seem to be getting hit by large lightning bolts.
Yeah. I need to get you healed up.
Right, well, while she's healing us, I'll fill her with magic.
Can you identify the components so I can see if I can catch them all in the blast area?
Yeah, so you've got the cog and you've got the objects on the end of the 8 arms. Well, the 8 arms effectively you have to blow up.
One second. If he's playing with fireballs, I'm just going to go down this corridor to the back near the doors.
Am I able to cast my core lightning then?
I would say so, yeah.
All right, okay. I wasn't sure if you are allowing that, so I'll have to put that into me prep then.
Do you want some magic or not?
Actually, hang on, I've discovered I can duplicate the components.
Right, okay.
So, I am doing that. And then, because I'm an idiot, I duplicated the wounded one.
Huh?
Yeah, don't worry.
Where's he gone? He's gone to the doors. What are you over there for?
He's playing with magic. I don't like magic.
Oh, it's going to be a big one.
There you go, Sherlock.
Now, How do I use this fireball then?
Carefully.
You drag it, didn't you? You haven't memorised it though, because you haven't had a rest.
I guess it's going to have to be shooty then. I'll fire my light crossbow at the one I've targeted then.
Okay, this could take some time if this is indeed your plan.
Well, what else have we got then?
The central thing's made of wood, isn't it, Rich?
It is, but you have to destroy a number of components to render the machine so that it stops transmitting lightning. The central pole is made of some kind of ferrous metal conductor, and that goes from the stone ceiling to the stone floor. So the central wooden platform is just a rotating bit that the cog drives.
What if you throw a halberd, which is metal, into the wood next to the central bit so it attracts the lightning into the wood? It should split the wood like the lightning splitting a tree.
You get the feeling that this whole thing is designed to absorb lightning. Like the lightning rods from all over the kingdom shoot it directly to this lightning rod here. So you're getting all of the storm's lightning potential energy, which is why it's doing such horrendous damage.
So
perhaps it might be something you may want to come back to at another time, rather
That was a big GM hint.
than attempting to plink away with a light crossbow.
Right. So are we going to go through the performance, or should we make a run for this Heart's Desire thing now?
I think the Heart's Desire thing. I think we should just. There's probably a solution in the Heart's Desire place, and that's why she's boarded up the belfry, I think. But I'll go where the majority wants to go.
Well, we can't do our plan while this thing's turning, can we? That's what the Moon Girl said.
No, she just says she just reads possible futures and.
Oh yeah, but you said she know what we're gonna do.
I think we should sneak Dandelion and her sister in, and we'll all go up to the belfry and we'll make a run for it to the Palace of Heart's Desire.
No, I think what we do is we break this, then we do the thing and we knock her off, and then we
I
go to
say
the
Heart's
Palace after
Desire.
that. I think we're missing an opportunity.
Well, what Glister said was if you retrieve the large wooden moon from downstairs, if the hag was there and she created an eclipse, then it'd be possible to kill her. That was Glister's plan. But again, she will go, as long as she's reunited with her sister, she will go along with any plan that you desire.
Well, let's go and get the moon.
Yeah, and get a
Or
rest
you could
as well.
or you could continue up the stairs or go back down the stairs to get the moon.
We'll go and get the moon. Oh, I found the blokes who had that there flying stormclad, and I peed up their door.
Right, so heading back down and intimating your combat group because you just decided you were going to attack crazy ass steampunk lightning machine. So, right, so you go off and get the costume and you give Glister a disguise effectively.
Yeah.
And then you head down into the room and that raven-haired lady, she slaps a goblin on the head and she says, "Refer to me as Charmier." I'm sorry, I had sent you the wrong picture earlier. I had cross-indexed the wrong picture.
Pretty.
She looks impatient and also suspicious. I sent you away before. What are you doing back here?
We're just picking up a few props.
I'm going to ask for an easy deception check from you there, Dave.
Can you send it, please?
Certainly. A DC 10 deception check. Nobody cheaped up to help or anything, but that is fine. You get an 8. She looks at you suspiciously.
He said my costume's shit. Isn't he wrong? I'll try to distract her by blabbering.
Oh, God.
Well, it is wrong, isn't it? It's all wrong.
It's not fucking wrong. It's perfect. I look like a
right,
wizard.
it is.
I
Right,
do. I
it's
look like a
really,
wizard.
really wrong. It's terrible.
I'll shoot magic out of my eyes and pump her full of my magic.
Oh!
The way it works is you roll D3 and you get that many spell levels back.
Okay.
See, I've got magic and everything
You got magic in your veins.
from that silly woman.
Right, well,
Did what arguing work? It's a distraction.
I'm going to give you a performance check then, and since there's 2 you doing it,
Excellent.
I'll give you with advantage, Elvanor. A 20. Yes, your performance distractor. So what are the rest of you doing while Nutmeg and Elvanor are engaged?
Go and get this moon thing.
Yeah, so it's an 8-foot tall circular disc. So between you and Dobsey, you can go in, and she's busily looking while you roll it out of the part storage. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just thinking, if the twins is the moon, You could have just gotten the twin stand in front of the other twin for Eclipse thing.
Yeah, that's the part you're having a plan. You should speak up these things.
Right, get a spare costume and see if we can sneak her in as well. So we've got a couple of backup plans.
That's a good plan.
So you drag the larger disc up to the top, and you grab a costume. And I'm gonna need a DC 12 disguise check. So who's gonna disguise her?
I could do it. Everyone's like,
Well, I think Dobsey.
Sorry, it's a deception check.
Oh, crikey, I've just closed the map.
I've got +6 to deception.
Because I got a... Thanks.
Well volunteered, Dev.
What?
Well volunteered them.
There you go. That's what you get.
So you run outside to try and disguise Gleam.
Can somebody give us a hand? Maybe guidance as well?
Right, I'll guidance...
I'll give him a round of applause.
Right, so you head outside, Dave, and then you attempt Gleam and Amador are waiting outside for you.
Right, put this on. We're going to sneak you into your sister. Come on, Dandy, as well.
That is a extreme success there, Dave. So the disguise works, and you sneak Gleam inside, rendezvousing with her sister in the amphitheatre. Right then, what is the cunning plan?
We will do our performance, and then during the performance, we will do the...
The eclipse move. We'll explain to the two sisters.
Yeah, and then...
Basically, the sun one comes, hello, and the moon one moves in front of her and shouts eclipse.
And then we push our poop up.
And then we'll all let have the evil witch have it.
There's a tiny flaw in that plan, in that Evelyn's up in the boxes. She's not actually on the stage. She just watches the plays.
I'll float.
All right, we'll go back up and got to go through those fucking what you call it, don't we?
Yeah, but we have to be on the stage to do the thing, don't we? No. We just need to find...
You don't have to do the thing. They have to do the audition was just to get in the castle.
I want to do the thing.
I mean, you can do the thing. That is completely up to you.
I know what. We'll go. We'll make a run on the what you call it to the heart's desire, and if she disturbs us, they do the eclipse thing, and we'll go all out on her.
But we know where she's going to be. She'll be at the performance, and when they do the thing, we can go up and have her.
No, we'll go up, make a run on the what you call it, and if she disturbs us, we'll do the eclipse thing, and you get the bunker.
But we can get rid of her. Me and Dobsey can get up there, and you can target her from down here.
We're both nearly dead.
I'm fine. It's only a flesh wound.
No, heart's desire, nutmeg, heart's desire.
Okay, so where do you go?
Did I get D3 spell slots back?
Yeah.
Right.
So it's allowed to be a first, a second, or a third level spell. Is that right, Al?
I think it's just D3 spell slots.
It doesn't sound right at all.
I will look it up for you, darling. For you.
Well, basically, if he rolls a 3, she should get 3 spell slots worth. So that could be a level 2 and a level 1 slot back,
Possible.
Or 1 level 3, or 3 level 1s back.
Yeah.
Just because then I'll throw some heals about.
So where are you heading then? Because you still don't know where this belfry is.
We'll go straight up that spiral staircase. We'll ask the two twins if they know.
No, they don't know.
Well, I think we'll go straight up the belfry then. Up that spiral thing right to the top.
In a minute, I'm going to target some bodies.
All right, roll D3. The creature regains 1 expended spell slot, the level of which equals the number rolled or lower. So you roll D3 and you can have a spell of either first. So if you get a 3, you can have a first, second, or third. If you get a 2, you can have a first or second.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
That seems
Wait a minute, what keeps happening to me map? It keeps going black.
Well, I keep having to move you up the levels because you're running up and down and
I can't find
hither and thither and yawn. Right, you're in the top right-hand corner, Tracy. If you zoom out and then zoom in.
All right, I've got her.
So you come up the very top of the stairs and you step forward out of a short corridor. There's a huge, a 20-foot high balcony looking down onto the orrery of tragedies. The stone railing enclosing the ring balcony has balusters shaped like hourglasses.
Before we do anything, can I see what level I get back and throw some heals about? Because
yes,
Meg is he's really bad. And Dobsey's, got a fair. He's nearly at death's door now. So
Yes,
I
you
need,
can.
because I've got a feeling things might go bad. So level 2.
Yeah, a level 2 or 2 level 1s, is that right?
No, 1 level 1.
All right, so maximum level 2, I've got you. So you can have a level 2 or a level 1 spell slot back.
I'll cast Cure Wounds at level 2. Is that okay?
That's fine by me.
Right. I'll do that on Nutmeg, and then I'll throw some heals on Dobsey as well. It's not doing the targeting thing again. Doesn't like me, this game.
Right, so who are you casting? Because you've got both Sherlock and Nutmeg targeted.
I haven't on mine.
I know. Hang on. So who do you want to target?
Nutmeg.
Right, whenever you target Nutmeg, basically I need to kill him off so you make a new character.
He's bugged. Right. Cure Wounds at level 2. So do that, I believe, yeah?
Yeah, that's right.
And then Dobsey.
Okay, I'll do the targeting for you. There you go. Just do the casting.
I'll cast 2 first level Cure Wounds, which is effectively, well, it's a bit more actually, because you'll get 2 plus 4s. So I'll cast, where the hell are we? Cure Wounds twice.
Okay, so you've healed Dobsey and Nutmeg a little.
How are you doing?
Magic. I hate magic.
Bit better than what you were.
I'm fine.
Thank you.
Right, so you head up and you're standing around this balcony. Below you is this sparking machine that you'd attempted to damage before. The iron pole runs up through the centre and disappears into the mountain rock above. You see an open corridor to the east and a set of very ornate double doors with like those fancy Baroque knockers on to the west.
Oh, we could
There's
go
a
and knock
junk
on
in
it.
there somewhere. I go and listen at the door.
You go and listen at the door. Right, let me do a hidden perception roll. Right, you listen at the door, and all you hear on the other side is a very faint click-clack noise. It sounds like 2 sticks of wood being tacked together. And you can see opposite Bracy, because you've gone to that position, you can see the corridor is only short on the opposite side of the room and then opens into a smaller chamber after 15 feet or so.
Right. I quietly let people know that I can hear something through the doors, but I'm not sure what it is. Does it look like there's a lock on this door?
No,
or
it's just got those 2 like really ornate big hangers, the type that's like ironwork hangers on it, where you would grasp both and just sort of push the doors open.
I put my hands on the knockers and go, uh-huh.
What knockers? So which way is it, guys? It's only a decision of 2. Well, 3 if you want to go back down the stairs. Or 4 if you want to jump over the balcony into the lightning.
Yeah, no, left.
Right, left. So east or west?
I'll lead the way.
Through the doors or down the corridor?
Through the doors.
Through the ornate doors or down the corridor?
Through the doors.
Through the doors.
Corridor.
Right, okay. Well, you open the door and an enormous forceful hand shoots out of the door and tries to shove you straight over the balcony.
Oh, I'll try not to do it. I'll try not to get shoved.
You need to make DC 15 strength saving throw. Request roll.
Oh, maybe I will.
Right, so you slammed back against the balcony and then you almost pushed over it into the lightning.
Right, I'll jump on its wrist and run along it and attack whatever did that.
Right, it's vanished. It was just like a big hand, like force pushing you backward.
Big thing, you bastard.
Coming out from the door.
I think that door just tried to kill me. I'll open the door again, but I'll do it from the side this time. So I lean round and do it.
Right, as you lean around and do it, the hand comes out and again attacks you directly and attempts to push you off the...
You fecker.
Right, once more you're thrown backwards against the bar, but further up.
Come on, Nutmeg, let's try the corridor.
Okay. Right, go around the other way.
Okay, so you head round the corridor and it opens into a short room with a door to the north and a door to the south.
North.
Right, you push the door open. This one is not locked, nor trapped. Bottles filled with crackling lightning line wooden bookcases along the walls of the chamber. An open archway leads to a stone balcony that overlooks the amphitheatre 40 feet below. On the opposite side of the room from the arch is a large wooden desk, atop which a stack of parchment flutters under a stone paperweight shaped like a toad. Scattered on the desk are ink pots and ink-stained quills. Dangling from a rafter near the desk is a rusty cage that holds 3 folded paper birds flitting about like moths.
Ooh, this is where she sends messages from. Go through the other door.
I shall go to the south door and have a peek through it.
And can I have a perception check, please? A group perception check. Right, so you got 1, 2. You have enough successes. You notice that the ceiling is made of boards that have been crudely nailed up. Do you still want to go to the south door?
Nope. We'll move the desk to the middle.
Yeah.
See if we can reach this, and then tear the planks away.
Yeah, you can easily tear the planks away, and above you see a large silver bell attached to a 25-foot long rope that hangs down to the floor. Like the rope falls out of the ceiling and lands on you.
Maybe we should all take hold of this rope.
Aye.
In case it magically transports, the person ringing it. If we're all ring it together, but be careful not to ding the donger.
Right, everybody take a hold of this rope.
Aye.
Yep.
Ready? And on 3, we all pull. 1,
Okie doke.
2, 3.
Heave!
Right, there's a clang as you pull on the bell, and you pull on the bell. It lets out a keen note, but it's almost inaudible, as if it's higher pitched. Nothing seems to immediately happen. However, as you're now looking and going, well, that was a bit shit. One of you, Elvana, probably because she's got the highest perception, catches sight out of the window as in the distance mighty birds seem to be flying towards the turret. They beat their wings slowly.
Ooh.
Looks like we're going for a ride, lads.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Either that or we're getting chicken tonight.
So it takes a few minutes, but closer and closer approaches a series of giant cranes, 5 in total. They fly closer to you and then land upon the balcony around the outside.
And go and get on the back of one.
Immediately upon you climbing on its back, Elvanlo, it leaps into the air and takes flight, flying off into the storm.
I'll do the same. Ask the twins if they can share one or whatever.
No, there's only 5. Gleam and Glister are like, if you're not going to deal with the hag, we need to get out of here like now before she turns up for the performance. But we thank you for rescuing us, and turn and take flight.
I'll climb on one and...
So the
Come
rest,
on, lads,
the
and
rest of you climb aboard the crane, and their backs are soft and comforting, and you all gain the benefit as a long rest as you fly off into the clouds towards the Palace of Heart's Desire.
Oh, sounds lush, that.
And that's where I'm going to leave it, so you find out next week what the Palace of Heart's Desire is like.
A lot of cookies and cream and baked goods, and it just sounds very, nice. After everything that we've been through, it sounds really nice.